Greetings everyone, please go and make sure everything's set on up. Looks like everything's booting on up. Give me a moment to turn on the live chat windows. And that's all good. And give me a little check my other computer. Right, everything seems good to go. So let's go get started. Let's see. This one's the biggest, so let's do this one here. Greetings everyone, and Great here with another Age Empires or Age Mythology replay. So on the south side as the blue Raw, we got DoD Firefox. So on the north side as the red Zeus, we got Divine. And give me a moment, I think I see the bug here where it causes issues with this. There we go. Or maybe that's just me. Because I just want to have a little bit more smoother. Oh well. Either way. We're going to major and minor gods. Of course, Ra is a focus on Migul stronghold units, so effectively the Egyptian cavalry and empowerment. Laborers just gather from berry bushes faster. The Migul stronghold units are 50% have 15% increased hit points. Empowerment applies to their. I cannot speak right now. Pharaoh empowerment does apply to lesser empowerment to nearby structures, and priest can provide that same lesser empowerment. For his unique upgrade, just makes his villagers have a bit more armor, which is nice, but nothing too fantastic. And rain's very nice later on once you get a bunch of farms. Give me a moment, I need to take a drink. Got something scratching my throat. When it comes to Zeus, Zeus is of course a very common god, major god. Infantry and hero starts with favor, generate favor 20% faster, mythic unit costs 1 less population, very nice indeed. Infantry unit do additional damage to buildings, which is nice, and hoplites just move faster. His unique upgrade makes his heroes have more health and have slight bit of health regen, and bolt if you really want something particularly dead. It can target any military unit, so can you use the bolt the Pharaoh early on? How effective is bolting the Pharaoh initially? When it comes to age up, Zeus can actually go for infantry, focus on infantry play, but his cavalry, he has both Hermes and Dionysus, so his cavalry play is not bad. Free Pegasus, it makes him move faster and see better, so better Pegasus, and cavalry speed and damage, which is very nice there. Or go for hoplites, range and damage, and more pierce armor for your infantry as well. There is a cavalry build for Zeus, just keep that in mind. Of course, Ra more focused on Migul stronghold units, Camel Rider being one of them, which is also inherently anti-cavalry, so it's probably best not to go for the cavalry play for Zeus unless he wants to go for primarily Prodromos. Which honestly, Ares would be a good minor god to go along with that, which he does not have access to. Of course, Ra can get fast or Fa. He's probably better on a fast heroic age. Fa gives him a very good god power, Shifting Sands. Wadges, a myth I hate. I think they're horrible. Shadow makes your farming transition very affordable, half the cost, half the build time. Very useful for his rain god power. Better axemen, better spearmen, and better slingers. So get to support all the non-Migul stronghold units there. Or boss. Eclipse Sphinx as a form of a cavalry myth unit, sort of. Improves the villager gathering rate and chopping speed. And of course, better farming and food collection rate. Just slightly worse for farming. I think Fa will be a better option for Ra. Combos quite well with his god power and just cheaper farms, just very nice. You go for fast heroic, you may not be able to go for resource on the land. Gonna just fast forward a little bit since it's in the eco phase. You got Titan's treasure here, so makes your age up cheaper. Very nice to have there. Feathers of Fenrir. Villagers can increase attack damage. Maybe that can go great with Raw's increased pierce armor. Don't use villagers, that's just self-defense tools. Horror's hunting bow. Villagers gather from hunts faster. Very nice to have. And over here, we've got the 9 cauldrons. Increase hack and pierce armors trained at fortress-type buildings, so very useful for Raw. But it's on his opponent's side of the map. Of course, Raw can always go for different playstyle and assemble different abilities across different age up as well. We got a big line of house walls here. All of them being powered. Red's advancing forward here. Got Norm the Minotaur. He did go for Athena. He is aging up to Bast. Scout stabbing the priest. Cancels. I think that was a obelisk. Yep, obelisk going down and torments his opponent no longer. Norm the Minotaur and Jason is here. Got one villager here that could be taken out. A couple villagers here on the zebra. Fast is still aging on up. Immediately going for Sacred Cats, not a bad idea. Faster food collection rate from all sources is very nice to have. Nice bit of wall in here. Can always go for watchtowers later. We got Monument of the Soldiers also deployed in the field as well. Got a relic here. This is the better hunt. The Sphinx will spot this relic, or maybe not. It's probably at the edge of the vision. Scout is here. Red, of course, has a secondary town center. Don't see a fast heroic gauge for Raw. Villagers heading up north to this town center. He sees the Minotaur slicing apart that obelisk, so maybe should send up a priest. He does go for a small contingent of spearmans here. Remember as well, priest has empowerment. Oh, there's a pharaoh empowerment. We got some upgrades going on up over here. Since we've got a bit more of an eco phase going on, I'm going to fast forward. Talk about the next. Oh. The Sphinx does get smited. The kitty cat does not eat any of the giraffes and does not obtain any of their neck meats. But back to the age ups, we got Skemet or Sobek, also Hathor, because thanks Grant. We got Locust Swarm, good way to kill off some economy. Petrichos or eventually Pet Sobek, rocks to Ragnarok and roll. Those buildings get hit points, cost less, which is nice to have. Dark Waters is the key upgrade for the mid-gold stronghold units. In this case, Camel Riders give them more hit points as well as Camel Caravans with a bit of health regen. Very nice to have. I think Skemet might be a little bit better. You got the Bone Bow, increasing the range of chariot archers by 2, which is very nice to have. Of course, you get a bit more sling effects. And of course, the Enable Early Catapult. Scarab and the Citadel, both are good options. I more like think Skemet's a better option. Though Fought plus Skemet does give you good slingers along with good chariot archers. But it seems like a lot of times we see Sobek. And for Zeus, who's more infantry focused, Dionysus improves all unit hit points by 5%. Better Skyla and Hydros. Excuse me. And cavalry get additional lifesteal here. So he's pretty good both for any generalist units as well as protective for cavalry. While Apollo is good for range units. You get the Sunray and the Manticore. Having 3 population Manticore with Zeus is very nice to have. And this does improve both myth units and human soldiers, as well as I think Odysseus. So I generally put more bias to Apollo, but Dionysus is also a good choice. We do have now Sobek or Hathor being selected. Notice the spearmen do find a good number of villagers there. Sorry, I sort of missed some of them, but good number of villagers do get stabbed to death. And some of Blue's villagers does as well over here. I was checking this number, seeing how many red villagers count down, but I saw Blue's also count down at the same time. Toxic is hitting some of the spearmans. So both players lost a decent number of villagers. I think they hold an equal number at this moment. Villagers going down. Do have some axemen being employed in the field. Very nice. A good number of spearmen go down. Of course, no ballistics. 2 spearmans remain. We do have now the sun-dried bricks being researched immediately. Apparently pretty quick research there. That might have been empowered. Spearman stabbing some villagers here who do now have Apollo selected. Petruchos. Oh, bolt up the Petruchos there, and that was bolt number 2. Some of the goats are starting to go down. And the spearman falling back. Still got the Northern Minotaur. Jason's picked up a relic. And it is the 9 Cauldrons, which is the fortress type units for the Mire drone. That's probably a relic you really want to drop off since he knows you're fighting against Ra, who's Midgard stronghold focus. Axeman's trying to hack apart Northern Minotaur. Northern Minotaur also has an axe. Northern Minotaur has gone down. And Spearman, or the Hoplite's slowly being picked apart there. We do have a drop relic here. The Titan's Treasure, which is a relic that both players should eye to grab immediately. It will pay for itself when not if you use a Jason to pick it up or a Priest with the upgrade. Do now the Dark Waters there. Imbuing camels with the power of darkness. Our good old friend. Hercules and Jason will be able to stab these axemen down no problem. Not to mention they have a little bit of hope for Jin to go along with them. Apollo is now the way. Got ranged soldier attack. Camels are advancing. Villager does go down. Camels getting hit. Toxa's engaging. Cameras do have plus 10% range armor in this game. Multiple camels going down. Got both the Locust and the Eclipse activated there, but I'm not sure what myth units the Eclipse is helping out with. Unless it affects the Locusts? Don't think it would. It does increase favor generation, but that's a small payout for 2 landmarks, not landmarks, monuments. Yeah, it does increase a bit of amount. This was 0.8, now it's 1.13. This was 1.2, now 1.18. There's a fair amount, but won't pay for itself. The Manticore is firing away, the free Manticore. Camera Riders do have a bit of bonus damage versus ranged units. The granary is going on down. Dugas Terracia and the Aegis Shield being researched now. Number of chariot archers on the field. That bone bow will increase the range up to 21, which is a pretty good amount. The attack speed's a bit slow, but they're more of an anti-infantry, which is good against Zeus. But he has gone for a good number of range units along with them. Couple Peltas on the field. Still got the Manticore alive. No Sunray, or there it is. It's being queued up now. Heavy infantry now complete. Yeah, Zeus's -1 population is so nice for Manticore. They become highly population efficient with that. Oh, we got some units going down up here. There's a good number of villagers going down to the Camel Riders. Medium Camel Riders does take up a fair number of villagers. The villager count are quite even right now, 61 versus 62. Trying to slice apart the Watchtower, who's researching crenellations. Underworld Passage. Ambushes a bunch of these villagers. There may have been Pegasus floating about. Got these forces finding a good number of villagers himself. Thinks they're a rock. A lot of villagers going down this game. We got the Petsovic upgrade, the Crocodilopolis. Heavy range not being researched by blue. We got some villager blood splatters there. Nice thing about this blood DLC, which I sort of find stupid, but at least it makes it easier to keep track on villagers' deaths. Do now the siege towers. Does he have the no upgrades? I was thinking the West Wind, but that was the other Skemet, not what's his name again? Sobek. More locusts being summoned, getting a good number of villager kills there. Laser Crocs firing away. Hercules and Jason trying to intercept. Got Axemen to stop them. By Axemen anti-infantry, not anti-Euro. Pet Sobek's gonna go down. Oh, Monkey's getting caught in the crossfire. Fortress took a severe beating, down to 300 health. Got a handful of these forces rotating around, all ranged. Dropped relic at 9 cauldrons. Red really should drop that off at his temple. More camel riders.
Έτοιμος.
Some of the villagers are starting to go on down. Camel Riders trying to intercept. They are, of course, the anti-range unit for the Miggle stronghold. Petrobolos engaging the Miggle stronghold. This town center is still destroyed. Red still has 2 town centers, but right now the villager count is still pretty even. Sea Show's heading towards the underwater passage now. Or maybe not. This Miggle stronghold is getting empowered by nearby priests. Camels are advancing. Right now, red may want to get some Prodromos. They're the anti-cavalry unit for the Greeks. Granted, he doesn't have any tech upgrades. It probably will be Dark Age variant. Restoration now being summoned.
Λέγε.
So those shared archers being selected by some Peltas. Rain God power summoned out by Raw. Camera is breaking forward now. Let's take out Petrol Bolzer. Do have a bit of a choke point there. Triple town center for red right now. Villager count is pretty high at the moment. Osiris being selected by Raw now. Does take out that structure.
Prosecco.
What blacksmith upgrades does Zeus have? Doesn't look like anything at the moment. Copper shields, that's it. Well, blue right now has bronze shields, copper weapons, and breastplates. Some res villagers getting hit now as well.
Πρόσταγμα.
Zeus may just want to need to get out some blacksmith upgrades. Nope, that was a big wave of reinforcements. Got more of these cameras here, picking up some more villagers. Rock still fluttering about. Villagers being deserted once again. Hoplites need to get head up here. Looks like the cameras will skip out there. Axemen just may want to be split off. Does get picked apart. Now, a lot of these cameras are quite wounded. He may have dark waters, but he does need to bring him to a priest, get some health regen going.
Player.
Zeus could do the same thing with his army with a healing temple, since he has gone for Apollo. Big round of siege towers here. Siege towers have 0 damage at the moment, or that could be just a melee attack. Has a 3x3 for their range attack. Not great. But honestly, not too terrible as well. In comparison to Tox today's.
Πρόσταγμα. Έτοιμος.
They have 8.4 at the moment, with the same attack speed. Granted, these guys are a lot less population efficient, 3 versus 2. You now the Son of Osiris now selected. Boiling oil, we do now have champion cameras. Desert winds make his camels have increased damage and hit points and speed, just make them very good. Lots of healing there. The Son of Osiris is currently at max health. Got these units pushed way forward. Fortress here engaging. And looks like Red Village is also engaging as well. Siege House pushed way forward, got another restoration summoned out here. Some of Osiris causing issues, but getting hit by a good number of Peltas and Toxdays. Townside is about to go on down. I am curious, does Odyssey get affected with Summery? Yes, he does. Villagers retreating back to the fortress. Both players have the same number of villagers. They have the same maximum population as well. Red does have a larger military force field and more value. Of course, he's behind in age. We do have now Hepatus queuing up for the Plenty Vault. Right now I think Lightning Storm, Harrow's Lightning Storm would be a little bit better. Champion Camel Riders are moving about. Catapults. Ouch. Yeah, Pegasus got shot down by a giant rock. And here I thought angry men pointy sticks are dangerous. What they know what they say, sticks and stones breaks your bones. And words, well, they can, in this game they can probably kill you as well.
Πρόσταγμα.
Large number of villagers heading to this gold deposit. Zeus may be running a little bit low on gold inside the map. That's a little bit too contestable. He has this gold deposit over here. I don't know if this one here. Ground reinforcements there. Zeus is now aged on up, getting champion upgrades going. That's what he's going for. Forge Olympus to make his armory text cheaper. But of course, it does take a bit of time. Is it going to be worth it though? It makes them cheaper, it doesn't make them research faster. If that Godheart gets a buff, it will probably need to be based on the research speed. Some of these villages getting hacked apart now by the camels. There's a Colossus. Camera Riders push way forward, does get intercepted and stopped by Hoplite. He does create or find an opening there. Camera Riders right now up to 257 health. Hoplites right now at 167 health, 14 damage, only 25% attack bonus, 14.4, so pretty even there. Of course, missing out some iron upgrades. They're being researched now. Camels right now have iron shields, copper or bronze weapons, and still copper breastplates, so mix of everything. So camels need a lot more research going. We do also have now the Olympian weapons here, which will improve his Mire Drone damage and bonus damage to Smith units. Is Son of Osiris still alive? Yes, it is. He probably should get that relic back home. There's a temple there. Just throw it in there. Don't deliver to his opponent. Got a fresh priest. Camels moving forward. Got the axemen as well. Blue. Oh, I didn't see blue going for the Titan Gate. Titan Gate has been researched and being deployed. Priests are smiting the Colossus. Of course, Colossus never has the ability to eat trees and gold, so you can go to these trees and start chowing down some dinner. You can see here. Oh yeah, look, you can highlight. You see, actually, there's actually a heart button now for it. Don't know when it was like that. I know in Gold Edition it was not like that. Got another Pharaoh here. Titan Gate right now is 3 minutes, 2.5 minutes away. Now Colossus has gone down. If I remember correctly, the Colossus can restore 1 health per resource consumed, so go to this gold deposit and eat a chunk out of it. Red's Titan Gate's now going on up. Delete some structures nearby to clear up spacing around it. We'll need to rebuild some housing. Ra is about to get deployed in the field. I'm assuming it's Ra, because it's a giant bird. Now the New Kingdom's second Pharaoh will become available eventually. Osiris is firing away, getting some good damage done. Belphron jumps on top of him though. Belphron does have the divine damage along with him. It pierced the high armor of the Son of Osiris. Does get on out of there. The Son of Osiris right now is on 3,700 damage, which is pretty good. Also healing, it looks like the catapult. Could empower some of these structures nearby to get their defenses going if he doesn't want to commit the Son of Osiris. We've got some mercenary cavalry and mercenary being playing field, as well as more camel riders. Yeah, impairing the Muggle Stronghold build fast is probably a good idea as well. We're going with some mummies. Son of Osiris does take a bit of damage there. More Toxidays. This is almost built. Looks like Zeus is building much faster. Approximately 44 villagers. Approximately 31. So yeah, he does have a healthy number of villagers. It's actually a bit of a race. I think actually Zeus will pull out ahead and when it comes building the Titan. Yep, Zeus will get his Titan out first. Here comes Cerberus. Cerberus is a 3-headed dog, which requires 3 times the amount of head pats. And there's Ra. Both units, players are just throwing units of slaughter over here, but Zeus's feels like he's in much better position, has a lot more military force in the field. Same maximum population, Blue's having trouble repopulating. He has, well, had no Q going. He needs another Muggle Stronghold for an extra Q. Ra is advancing, here's Cerberus. Here comes Oh! Immediately 2,500 damage. Restoration to recover all that health. Very, very good idea. Cerberus and Ra still fighting out. We got some defensive fortifications to help out Blue, but overall he's in the back foot. We got the priest and the Pharaoh engaging. Son of Osiris is engaged from the flank, trying to do what damage he can from distance. Looks like Cerberus is winning the fight, but barely. Got some cavalry from a few. More mummies being spooky. And Cerberus trying to fall back now. Ra is still here. Looks like Ra's actually a little bit bugged out. Starting to move forward now. Red realizes he's losing the fight. Here comes Cerberus, stomps to the ground, knocks it back to the formation. Zeus right now has a decent reserve of resources, a bit low in gold. Both units, players' armies gets knocked around a little bit. Ra right now has plenty of wood and some amount of gold, some food to work with. So the economies seem pretty similar. Right now these are just regular mummies, no mummy viziers. Ra is taking some more slices. Ra is down, just leaving Cerberus with 5,000 health remaining. Another temple here was already immediately on fire. Bolts the mummy. Really wanted that mummy down. Don't think that was worth it. That's a temple. He needs another mid-gold stronghold. Cerberus is also knocking down some farms. Yeah, right now Cerberus probably best just to start destroying structures. Hoplites being pushed on field. No free Myra drum upgrade. Then again, no, he didn't go for hero. Never mind. Cerberus is taking some hits. Red's army is starting to steamroll forward. His infantry course has that inherent plus 6% damage against buildings. Nice to have, but nothing too critical. It's helping him overcome the armor, I guess. Nickel Stronghold does go down. Cerberus heading to the temple now. Toxay is straightforward. So we got some mercenary cavalry in the field. Balforon's all about. Cerberus right now has 34,000 damage, probably because engaging Raw will definitely add that number up. But the Cerberus is about ready to go down. Of course, no way to heal him up. Don't know if Mythic Rejuvenation can even heal Titans anymore like he did in Gold Edition. But keeping it alive, he's still an excellent siege weapon. And Blue does resign there. The Sand Grade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Enough browse. Back, replay. There's a replay I want to cast with the meter. Let's see, Hades. Hades, Amaterasu. I think it's this one here. Naming scheme's a little bit, takes time to decipher. Here we go. Oh, this person does not have, this inherent. Greetings everyone, and great here with another Age Mythology replay. Spawn on top of right side as the blue Demeter. We got Mau Mau. Wait, I thought she was a poison tester. And apothecary. Spawn bottom left side as the red Susanoo. We got Nyan Cat Racing Cat. Which, that's a fox, not a cat. Foxes are effectively generally considered our cat software on dog hardware. Close enough. Either way, when it comes to these major and minor gods, the meter is focused on expansion and resource gathering. Herdables improve favor generation rate at temples with max 10 herdables per temple, which tends to combo quite well with Aphrodite, though we got the unique one here that's also very good. Towns and villages spawned herdables upon age up, very nice to have. Buildings build faster when close to gold mines, which is okay. Plus one villager that can work a farm, very nice. It effectively means your farms are half price. Villager centers have additional HP, so they are almost level of town centers, but not quite. An upgrade just destroys berries, farms, and trees, which is okay. And Divine Labor makes your villagers carry more and get a bit of health upon drop off. Very nice to have. Nothing too crazy though. Susanoo, definitely a fun, probably the most fun of the major gods, I would say. Which of course he is focused on myth units and god powers. Generates tribute for gives you favor upon Bushido tier, which is nice. Myth units also provided, so go for some Kitsune to help get that generated. Invoke god powers to make the other ones 25% cheaper, so yeah, you can start chaining god powers. And unit abilities, special abilities just recharge faster, so they have a bit more, like the dojo units have more alpha strikes. Whereas unique god power, this just is like shockwave, not as great, but it's meant to make other god powers cheaper. And crushing waves make your myth units move faster and get +1 divine damage. Very nice for both the Kitsune and the Raju. When it comes to major and minor gods, Inara Kanu is by default useful for Susanoo, but Mina Katomi is also excellent as well. Swamplands is borderline overpowered god power in my opinion. Jorogumo is okay. Kitsune was a 9, gets your Kitsune more speed, well, doubles the stack limit and increase their hit points, and plus they get +1 divine damage from divine wave. They actually become somewhat usable raiding units. However, Netsuke gave you gold upon when you myth units do damage, which is very nice to have. And Susanoo Shasamano Bannerman just makes your cavalry healthier and a bit more anti-cavalry. Very nice to have. Mina Katomi is excellent. The Shrine Hunt will upgrade one of your shrines to also produce deer and defensive wolves, which are classified as myth units, so they get affected by Crushing Wave. Very good god power. Very good god power. The one Yudo is interesting. I can't really make heads and tails of it. It does only crushing damage with some damage over time, divine damage. Better hunting, which goes great behind a shrine to hunt. More ranged units cost less, they have 1 range, and they are also ranged soldiers are cheaper as well as siege weapons, so very nice to have. Both of Susanoo's minor gods are excellent. To be fair, all the Japanese minor gods and the Age 2 are excellent, I would say. For Demeter, you get Ares or Pawn, both excellent. Ares is definitely very good for the mythological upgrades. Pestilence is okay, Cyclopes are a decent frontline myth unit. Early High Passive does extra damage, which is very nice. Hoplites and Prodromos get 1 divine damage, very useful for Prodromos since they're a counter cavalry unit there. And Enyo's Bore 4 just makes your Toxates do 10% more damage. And it says fly faster, which I don't know how that affects everything. Pawn, Arcadian Meadow is a localized ceasefire that lasts for a very long time. Lycons, a very good villager alternative, which is only good in the early game, since they do, as a villager unit, they still consume 3 populations, but as the game goes on, you want to use them more as a combat unit. In early game, they can be field villagers, who can easily provide it for themselves, bit of reflection damage, 3 Lycons, and of course, more control of the Lycons. Pawn is used by default for Demeter, but Ares is still an excellent call, because he helps Toxates, a core unit of the Greeks, he helps Hoplites, which is a core unit of the Greeks, Prodromos, it makes your counter unit even better, and early High Passes improving them also helps with the counterplay, and the Japanese tend to go heavy in infantry. Though Susanoo's more focused on myth units, Tsukiyomi's more focused on cavalry, and Amaterasu's, of course, more focused on the samurai. When it comes to relics on the map, we've got Dwarven Horseshoes. Cavalry just get increased speed, which is always very nice to have. Skulls of the Creops. You get free monkeys to do some monkey business. Pandora's Box, I highly recommend you open it. Myth units cost 50% less favor, that seems pretty good for Susanoo. To be fair, that's good for any of them, but Susanoo's more focused on myth units. And Pelt of Argus. So yeah, improved villagers are all units line of sight by 6. To be fair, that's the multi-eyed tentacle monster for the Atlanteans. So yeah, able more line of sight when it has that many eyes. It bestows the eye to whoever wears it. It's gotta be really disturbing. Either way, I'm going to fast forward since we get the eco phase. And we do have Katatomi, an excellent god power, or god. Shrine here, so Shrine Hunt will be here. Provides an extra defense. Not to mention, the Shrine Hunt also helps generate favor since the deer do have food capacity, which means they help generate favor at shrines. Pawn being researched as well. We do have Orpheus play on the field, which it provides a horde bonus of anti-myth unit, which is very nice to have. Shrine of the Hunt. Yep, like I said before, on these wolves or myth units. Scout is down. The Wen Yudo, or however you pronounce it, is here. I still really can't make heads or tails of this thing. In the campaign when fighting against it, they were really effective. Whenever I try to use them, it's never. They have crush damage, and only crush damage, in AoE. Their attack speed slows, so they're more reliant on their damage over time, which I think is actually a good damage over time. Usually incendiary effects are good damage over time. Pan's Pioneers, you get free Lycon building town centers and village centers. These goats are not being tasked to the temple, probably should. The local kitsune was biting some of these villagers. There's a free pair of Lycons there. They too also have fluffy tails like the kitsune. The kitsune does go down. You got a Yumi Archer and Naginata Rider here, stabbing Orpheus. Orpheus has pretty low damage for a Greek hero. Like I said beforehand, he's meant for buffing a bunch of nearby units to improve their anti-myth unit damage. This Lycon could transform and engage. We got some Yari Spearmen. That Yumi Archer does go down. Yari Spearmen, of course, the anti-cavalry unit for the Japanese. Which they will have trouble versus a hero and a Lycon. Simply put, as a counter unit, they don't counter them, which means they're going to be ineffective. Lycon does have, let's see, 4.8 movement speed. These guys also have 4.8, so they have the same base movement speed. Naginata Riders heading up north. There's a Lycon here. Let's get some hits there. But remember as well, Demeter has an upgrade to give his villager or her villagers health upon drop off. So even if it does get some damage on some of these Lycons, when they go back to villager form, they should be affected by that upgrade. When they're myth unit form, they do not get affected by villager upgrades, like survival equipment. Got some units here, including Yumi Archer, or Bushi I should say. Avoid the Lycons going to it. We do of course have Hestia queued on up. Hit some of these villagers here. Oh, there's a one Yudo. You could pop Arcadian Meadows. For Susno, I would recommend from the age up to Raijin. It goes quite well with the Crushing Wave due to the high move speed they already have. Naginata Riders push forward. Ilos is taking quite a bit of damage there. Archer range does go down. Ilos does get knocked out. I hear a market on the field. And we do now the age up, which of course will give a Hamadryad. There's the Arcadian Meadow. This area is now ceasefire. Huh, when did that yellow area? Okay, yellow went away. It doesn't even match the lush that gets plowed on the ground. I just got confused. Next about Hestia, she can get an upgrade which allows farms when built around the town center. Any town center provides increased maximum population. Very nice to have, and her unique god power can convert some of these units. Not very quick, it's more or less an anti-raiding tool, and this is more close to an army than a raid. Couple barracks here. Another Ilos being pulled in the field. Next myth unit or hero is Icarus. I recommend he should fly as close to the sun as possible. Who should just get a shot in the Lycon? Lycon does go down. Ilos push way forward. And there's the communal hearth, which can start converting, though I never noticed radius. There's no range indication around that. There was a conversion there, so one Naginata Rider does get converted. Since what's it called? Since Demeter's fighting against the Japanese, she probably should not age up to Professor how to pronounce her name? I cannot never say her name because her final god power would resummon all down the last previous 100 dead units that died. Which they do scale for the players' upgrades, but since these fight Japanese, those upgrades are simply not available to the Greeks. So it's probably better to go for Hera. There's Icarus. Or if you play Hearts of Iron, not Hearts of Iron, Iron Harvest. Icarus! Oh, there's a Dryad. I don't think I've really seen this thing actually fight. Soldiers falling back to the town center, a bit of damage on this town center there. Icarus firing away against the Bushi, and since he's a hero, he does not receive bonus damage from the Bushis. Looks like he's focused on the one Yudo. Pandora's box was obtained and Dwarven horseshoes. Couple more one Udos, which are of course siege weapons, which will be very useful now, but Icarus does pick off those units. Town center is at about half health. Dryad will be going down soon. What's going up here? Just stuff. This does improve collection rate of all resources. So that gold will be collected quicker. No watchtowers. May should have gone for that. Demeter's out of food. That's not good. The goddess of agriculture is out of food. What happened? Red's assault looks like finally has been broken. Blue does have more villagers still in the field, which is very good. We got a good number of one Udos. Towns are taking some siege damage. Of course, Icarus is doing a good job picking those guys off, as well as Orpheus is helping out. Some hoplites here. There's the Katana, which does reduce the price of next Shrine to Hunt by 25. Next cost is 25. Town center. Large number of farms there. Probably a good idea to cancel them. Red's assault once again, I say, has been broken. Again. But this time looks like it's for real. More Naginata Riders. Does that have a drop-off point? Doesn't say it, so I'm guessing not. Oh, I hear some Lycons. Samurai Bushi being deployed in the field. Each farm can support up to 2 villagers, which is very nice, particularly right now, seeing how many resources that Demeter's trying to scramble for. Susanoo's still not Agion up, but he can still at least get heavy units, given enough time. He does have a lack of a Kasune here to help with the experience generation. But any of those one Yudos still left in the field? Doesn't look like it. Icarus flying about. Does help the samurai, gonna be softening them up. Some archers flying away though, and somehow his wax wings are covered in blood. How inaccurate. How historical that is. Naginata riders push way forward. None of these units are quite wounded, but don't know if she actually got an upgrade yet to give him help for Gen Pawn. Doesn't look like it. Naginata is hitting some Tuxdays. I don't know where she would research that upgrades. Town center? Don't have another Icarus. Applied upgrade. Nope, she does not have. Here we go. Does not have Divine Labeled research. We're now seeing how wounded the villagers are. I think Divine Labored is a mandatory upgrade for blue right now due to how many villagers are wounded. We do now have Fated Arrows, which guides archers' arrows to ricochet 3 nearby enemies, dealing less damage with each bounce, so her archers will be much more effective. And since she can also go for Ares in previous age, could also make the base damage even higher. Susanoo's not Agion up. Generally find Rajin a better option than Fujin. His Thunderous Burst is good god power to spam out. Raju is an excellent wolf, which does combo quite well with Crushing Wave. The reduced Den drums reduce cost of god powers by 20%, which is he's the god power god. And of course the Hajin Mask gives infantry just a little bit extra life steal as well as life, so makes your infantry just a little bit better. Fujin gets Smiting Gust to blow units away, doesn't do any damage, just makes them go flying. Very fun, don't get me wrong. This would increase Myth units' hit points. Those also combos quite well with Susanoo if he wants healthier Myth units. As well as reduce their train time and increase cavalry speed and attack speed. Oh, looks like Icarus is throwing explosives now. Oh yeah, he already has a bit of AoE damage, just didn't remember him having that much explosion. Bushi's trying to shoot him out of the sky. Of course, without ballistics, they have trouble shooting him.
Nanda?
No, second Trident Hunt has not been deployed on the field. Pegasus flying about. Icarus is taking a bit of damage there. villagers trying to fall back to the fortress. Got some Naginata riders here, which can do another hoplites to intercept them. We do now have the gracious hospitality, improving Hestra's farms to provide +2 maximum population. Very nice to have. And we do have Hera on the build queue, so we do have the meter going to age 4 before Susanoo even started age 3. And the thing as well, Hera is originally was unique to Zeus, no longer the case in one of the previous patches. And Hera can still provide Myrodromes to Demeter, who can't train them normally. Hera does also provide the Lightning Storm. Prostephanine is probably just not a great option for Demeter, as I said before, and since was it something of the dead? Where it just resummons the previous 100 units that have died. Simply can't scale with the player's upgrades, or lack of upgrades. And we do actually have Fujin selected here. Oh no, that is Raijin. I always get those two pictures mixed up. They're brothers, they look the same. They're clearly identical twins, right? Thorned walls.
指示を準備完了。ご指示を。
Does break through the wall there. Do now the fortified towns were red. Oh, Susanoo did actually age up. Sorry, I missed which one he actually. Oh yeah, that was much quicker because it's not age 4. Lycon does. A couple of them were effectively landmines there. We'll hold off these units for a bit of time. Oh, and there's Thunderous Burst. And here comes a Lightning Storm. The red is falling back. I don't know what the radius is. This does reach all the way down here. Does take quite a bit of damage there. And now the Hanin mask being queued on up. Probably should go for the Den drums before it summons in more god powers, make them cheaper. Heavy knocking a lot of riders in the field. The units are getting cleaned on up. Got good number of Tux stays here and one Lycon. Some Hoplites here as well. Medusa, of course, is an excellent myth unit. Another Katana being summoned. They're trying to hunt those cost 43. I don't think Den drums have been researched. Another one of the Naginata Riders have been turned to stone. Got these units falling on back. I think I heard some deer caravans being summoned. Those are being summoned way over here. Naginata Riders pushing over here. Got a fortress here. This town so they can build some farms around it, get extra population. Oh, those are all Lycons, at least those two were. I didn't even see their tails. Oh, that was, wait, are the villagers, if you look like, do they look like regular villagers if your opponent has? From your opponent's perspective? Let's see. None of those are Lycons. Because I could have sworn they said they're all villagers. It's like landmines. Another Icarus has been summoned. Another Medusa. We do have another Katana being summoned. I still don't believe he's researched Dendrums. Next godfather that costs us the least is the Shrine of the Hunt, so probably should go for it. There's a Raiju eating the fortress. It's quite delicious. Oh, and there's King Midas here. If he kills the Lycon, it will turn to stone or gold. Or not. Huh. Shouldn't those units turn to gold? Am I crazy? Enemies may turn to gold, so it's not guaranteed. Got it. Custom Samurai here, another or another Thunder's Burst. I still believe he does not research Dendrums. It's a big oversight, I would say. Does turn another one of those units in stone. It says range attack, so maybe it's a charge attack that wasn't active. I didn't see one. Another unit turns stone there. Ilos has gone down. Pop has engaged the Samurai. Of course, Samurai, of course, are counter infantry units. King Midas is about to go on down. Currently contesting with a Samurai. Another unit got turned to stone. King Midas has been picked off. Oh, looks like a deer got turned to stone. Got a number of these heavy Yumi horse archers on the field. We do now have the age up here, the Takamika Zuchi. I am curious. There's a temple there. He has not researched Dendrums. That is a huge oversight. Right now, Susanoo hasn't really been producing in too much favor. Income as well. Has 2 shrines on the field. And waiting until his next age of complete before applying any of the god powers is a good idea. He's also pretty close to his next Bushido tier, which will give him 100. Oh, and Red has resigned. The Zangrade saying, "Thank you for watching," and on to the next replay. Before I get started on the next replay, I do need his restroom. Please give me a moment. My apologies, I am back. I'll have time for one last replay for tonight. Let's see, that's Hades. There's something. Here we go. That was the one I just did. Let's see. Amaterasu versus not sure who. Loki versus Kronos? Or Gaia versus Hades. Let's do Loki versus Kronos. Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Age Mythology replay. Small on top right side as the blue Loki, we have Aces.Husup. Hooks, I cannot speak right now. Hussup. Supe. I have no doubt to properly pronounce that, my apologies. On bottom left side as a red Kronos, got Uwu Kiddo. When it comes to major and minor gods, of course, Loki's focused on myth units. Damage units can spawn myth units. Human soldiers contribute 15%. Heroes contribute 50% of their damage to. Human soldiers and heroes do plus 10% extra counter damage. A very nice to have. Better counter units. Buildings constructed faster. Ox carts are cheaper. And transforming dwarves and gatherers and dwarves into berserks is cheaper. Very nice to have. Eyes in the forest is okay. Allows you to get vision through trees, and spy, which is nice god power. Good way to spot the hopefully in expansions. Looks like it's going for a dock here. Kronos is the focus on siege and myth units. Can time shift buildings. Buildings constructed faster when near a manor. Receive 2 free myth units rather than 1, and lost siege and myth units return to give you a 20% refund. Deconstruction does refund the building cost to the owner, and temporal chaos just improves your time shifting capability. When it comes to minor gods, I am a big bias towards Leto even before the buff. Spider Lair now spawns 4 spider egg landmines, very nice in my opinion. Automatons, we all know them. They're actually a pretty good defense unit, not really offensive. This of course improves the automatons as well as human soldiers and heroes pierce armor by quite a bit, so more pierce armor can be very nice, though he's fighting against the Norse, not important. And perception improves your your oracles. Battle of course give you free heroes. Promethean of course a bulky frontline. Heart of Titans can make your promotions are cheaper. And Death of Fire makes your heroic citizens do their job better. They shall do their part even better. Lucas of course focus on myth units. So you got Healing Springs or Heimdall. Healing Springs, 4 settings used by default. Healing Springs is nice. Trolls are decent. Extra Pierce Armor or Hack Armor for your Spearmen and Ulf Sark is always very nice. More speed for infantry and heroes is always very nice. Undermine is an excellent god power, and Inhari are pretty good force multiplier, but the other upgrades are not super great. This improves your Sentry Wall's hit points and reduces the building gold cost and faster training work rate by 20%. So I think Forseti is the better option, and Leto is my preferred option as well. Of course, we got some docks here. Blue's going for a forward dock here as well. Deconstructs this dock here. Luckily, there's already another dock on the field. Oracle does spot the dock and the long house. Or it's actually a short house. Might want to retask this fishing boat to a nearby fishing deposit. You can still go research or train for some of these back ones. Another dock here. Another side's queued up, their age up. Both players have nowhere near enough food. So, the food shall be collected, the fishies.
Jou.
0.55 food is actually not too great, but of course it's affected another villager queue. Oh, time shifts a dock over here. Very nice. Temple here. Regardless whether it be automatons or Promethean, both will be useful to help displacing that dock. And let's see. Kronos can age up, going for Leto, so get 2 automatons push on forward. Over here got Heimdall, deconstructs temple. We also got the temple being built here. Another dock here. Heroic Oracle. 2 docks, soon to be 3 docks. Got a manor here to help with the construction speed. And let's slow down. Oh. Yep, that's the automatons here. I thought the automatons were dying, but no, that's them being constructed. Oh, landmine's been summoned somewhere. I'll probably just switch over to him to actually see them. I hear them. There they are. Looks like the building's being time shifted over here. Yeah, good spot for the landmines. There's a gold deposit here. Raiding, it can potentially take out 4 raiding cavalry, which is very nice. Got some long houses next to the short house. Automatons will have a bit of trouble versus the Herseers. There's actually a healthy number of Herseers over here. Or I say healthy, I mean 1. Make that 2 now. Zeus picked up a relic. This relic does make the units use a special attack more often, which is very nice to have. This relic here is Tusk of Dan Kang. You get free piggies. Jade hair, myth unit speed. Did everything hitting that dock. Guess the time shift forward. Maybe try to go for some sneaky play of backline ships. Oh, more spider traps somewhere. Way over here. Very nice. Apparently the spider traps makes a blood splatter when being activated. That is a horrible design. Either way, the automatons now trying to slice apart their stock. Maybe a hammer ship can help them out. It does start building all the walls. Needs to get out some fire support ships. Some good ships they need against the dock. Got some terminals here which are counter range, but he does not have any throwing axemen here. Various researchers, more throwing axemen now being summoned. Got a heroic set of Mormels there. Arrow ship here being hit by one of each ship. Wait. Can eggs be used in water now? Looks like that one got destroyed. These 2 planted. I don't remember egg traps in Gold Edition being used in water, so maybe it got changed. Some water spiders? But they are not really spiders, they skitter on top. Would it be krakens? Or, because they have 8 tentacles, like 8-legged spiders. But then again, those are not arachnids, so lobsters. Those are arachnids. Hammer ship hammering away, does not take out that one there. Oh, got Heimdall. Oh, more spider traps being summoned. And Hari here. Those I'm not sure. I hear that's where they were. There's gonna be spider landmine traps everywhere. He has a lot of favorites stored on up as well. He can start going for more and more of them. The whole map could be just filled with landmines. Actually going for safeguard. Oh, chicken's going down, you monster. Oh, another time shift building, this time the temple. Back home? No? I'm not sure where the temple is being time shifted to. Back here. We do have Hyperion being somebody who's going to try to go for some backline satyrs? That's interesting. We do now have Njord being researched as well. We do now have, of course, and Hari Burst there. We have the Ring Giver. Njord does focus on cavalry. This improves his Jarls. The other one improves raiding cavalry, giving them bit divine damage and gold pillaging. It's improved the Jarls' hit points between percent. Right now he has off Jarls or medium Jarls. Mountain Giant here. He also accessed Walking Woods. Walking Woods more of a siege unit rather than... Oh, Chaos down there throwing Axemans. Cherry Ballista does get overran by the woods. You have now these landmines being summoned here, not being focused down. Which is riding cavalry could find one soon. There's no way to displace those with spider traps after they got planted. Got a free and Hari there, very nice. Got some more medals here. Heroic Renewal, increasing heroes' hit points and give them a bit of health regen. Big line of Argus archers in build queue. Nope, some guys being grabbed. Oh yeah, there was some traps here. Maybe they got grabbed by those traps. Some of these guys are getting hit. There's at least one more trap here. Two more traps, I believe. Oh, we'll suggest there's one. I wonder if scaffolding can destroy traps. Not sure. Axemen push forward as well as, nope, not Axemen, these Catapultus. And Hari getting hit by some heroes. Looks like Jarl got grabbed by that trap. And Emilia Silfort gets deconstructed. More traps being summoned, I see here. Red is in backline. Turmo's pretty fortunate, pick off throwing Axemen. Let's got another free myth unit. What it was? Looks like a Draugr. Still some of these traps here. I think 2 of them remain. Jarl trying to pursue with these medium Termas. Draugr does go down. Got heavy range units, and now the Salt Amphora is being researched. Got a Satyr here. Oh, speaking of which, I wonder what happened to Satyrs back here. Ox Cart, which is damaged, so maybe the Satyr. Now comes civilian counts. Red has more civilians in the field than blue. Though I don't know if it actually it still counts fishing boats or not. Oh, we got the Undermine there, which does great damage versus these structures. Does get the palace built, but may not last for much longer. Heavy cavalry being researched by the low-key player now.
Bull red.
Oracle getting picked on off. These guys are falling on back. Big round of heroes, however, they're all pretty wounded, though Heroic Runo will give them health regen. You have to have remain alive for that. Something got time shifted. What? I'm not sure. Kronos is now going to be eyeing for Atlas. Throwing axe against with good damage. We got the Arcus. Archers firing away. Jarl's trying to intercept. Jarls don't have bonus damage. Right now they do get plus times 2 versus myth unit, but that's another matter. Overall, they're just very heavy cavalry. They have a lot of extra health onto them. We have now more walking woods being summoned, which can help take out some of these structures if they're in the back line, like over here. More Termos, more Contineris now being pulled in the field. Argus Archer is trying to intercept these guys here. The palace taking beating. Got some villagers trying to repair it up. And the palace does go down. Oop, and they got a free myth in here. A mountain giant to help him destroy the palace. Oh, wait. We do have now these guys trying to build a palace here. It's the villager. Eats does bash that villager's head in. Smashes the palace a couple times. But does get picked off. No more Huskarls in the field. He sees opponent has gone for a large number of range units. Huskarls is a good way to counter it. We got some Contineris in the field as well. Something being time shifted. We do also have a Mountain Giant upgrade. We do have the Jotuns, increasing the Mountain Giant's hit points by 20%. Their damage all types of 25%, and gives them increased 25% speed. It also gives them the punt ability, which I'm pretty sure that's meant to only hit dwarves. Because I remember that's something even Gold Edition where giants can punt dwarves around. Don't know if that actually now can be effective against other units, but if it does, it means they're a bit more crowd control. You don't really see mountain giants all too often. Usually other myth units steal the spotlight, like trolls to troll your opponent. Huskarls and Ulfsarks trying to take out that palace, but they're not mountain giants, nor trees. Oh, more of the, whatchamacallit, spider traps got hit there. There's an undermine there, which may be able to destroy the palace. Definitely made the palace sink the ground. If it wasn't for the villagers repairing, he would have lost it. We got a fresh rock giant, which has crush damage. Have the rock giant start punching the palace. Does get a pretty good taunt there. Cross his Atlas is almost complete. If he does get Atlas research, he may just pull out Implosion here. Troll opponent on the field. Troll does not troll anything. Palace is actually pretty healthy at the moment, but those villagers go down. Red's actually lost a significant civilian population. General Mellows with their medium Mermellows versus a bunch of heavy units. I am indeed fat shaming. Got some more throwing X-Men and Ulfsarks. And Kronos is now aged up. Oh! Double Argus got spawned over here. That is quite important. Implosion's now available. Oh, we got a fresh Valkyrie deployed in the field. Very nice. Deconstruction somewhere. Some of these citizens do get sliced apart. Red can't be losing any more citizens. They can't do their part if they're dead. That's the hill fort that went down or got deconstructed. Citizens going down. Speaking about doing your part, I wonder if there's any expansion to the Starship Troopers Terran Command. Huskarls gain some good damage, but do get picked on off. Blue has an army size of 34, but missing a lot of gold. That's a big issue. There's Jotun. They look even bigger now. Let's see, can he punt an Argus? He's getting hit pretty hard there. Can he punt? Yeah, he can punt Termas. Does get picked off there. Oh, what do I hear? We've got the Man of War engaging the Kraken. Let's see, Kraken has, what DPS? 15? Or times 3 versus, also times 3, versus Divine with 11.7. So looks like Man of War is stronger. It is also age 4 rather than age 3, if I remember correctly.
Eugene?
Kronos still has medium infantry. He has heavy infantry queuing up and champion range units being deployed out now. Argus trying to melt some of these units. And Argus is about to go down. Oh, we got Implosion there. Which may call a good number of villagers. I see the unit count going down immediately. He's down 66, 67. It does explode there. Oh, we've got a Frost Giant there to give his opponent the cold shoulder.
Skopos?
Another thing being time shifted, got Huskarls throwing Axeman build queue. Loki's out of food, so is Kronos. Both players are pretty low in gold. Loki's just generally low in all resources, has some favor to work with. But he's nowhere near aging up. Kronos has only a pile of wood. It's like it's this, as long as both players may need to cool off and try to reorganize, because I think both players are in a losing situation. Got medium and champion units here versus just straight up heavy. We do have some destroyers with a good anti-structure, but not very great versus the Norse, who don't really have range damage. Now, the Arcus Archer does get frozen. Deconstruction there onto one of these little forts. You now have a rock giant here. Immediately as he starts heroic fight a bunch of Arcus archers. Exotic Doggo does go down. More Arcus archers there. The Frost Shine's about to go on down. Nope, we got the portable battering rams. Knocked off all the snow off of the palace. Another troll has been pulling field. Besides the troll, a bunch of units there. And it goes down. Definitely from 4chan. Huskarl's trying to engage these Termas here. We do finally have heavy infantry for Kronos. This game still feels like a bit of a stalemate, though. Looks like Kronos is making some progress. Oh, Nereid there. Forgot that was a myth unit. Try to remember in Gold Edition which god gave the Nereid. I honestly can't remember. Valkyrie takes some damage there. Got a good number of villagers here by red. How many villagers are this? 28, so that's basically half the civilian population. Portable battery and hitting that palace. More ox caravans, more throwing axemans.
Skopos?
Heavy fanatic deployed in the field. Got masonry being researched. Got some ox caravans, some llama caravans. We got undermines somewhere. Right there, takes out that palace, I'm guessing that was. Number of citizens here, looks like he lost about 10 of them. Chaos got some somewhere. Right around here. I don't think that was a great Chaos God power. Portable Battarians pushing over here. So far this fight has been so scrappy, it's been lasting a long time. Neither side has been maintaining excellent wins, small gains and victories. Loki's still behind in age up. Has a good amount of gold right now, over 2,000. If he gets enough food, of course he can start aging up. Who? I'm not sure. Against all the heroic Argus archers he has, probably not a good idea to go for Hell. Because Nidhogg won't be that great, though the Fire Giants still be excellent. Then you, of course, you have to go for, what's his name again? Sorry, I can't remember the name of that one god. Tyre, yep, for the Fenris Wolfbrood and Fimbulwinter. Got another troll here, the troller's opponent. Citizens folding him back. 10 of them remain there from that gold deposit. Palace there does get destroyed. Lucas does do with 2,000 gold. Best not use it to buy anything, just use it to eventually purchase and train. Don't spend it at the market. Cronus right now is running low on wood and gold. Somehow he spent his wood reserve. Probably sold 1,000 of it. Oh, still got some spider traps there. Argus Archer is trying to deal with the Ulf's great Jarls. The very fine Jarls do not have any bonus damage, but they're just pretty bulky in general. Got a troll here, the troll's opponent. And Red does resign. There's Angrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. As mentioned beforehand, that shall be my last replay for tonight. So everyone, thank you for watching, have a good evening.